But you had mentioned spitting bars.
Yo, because wasn't that the coolest part about like old school hip hop interviews, man? Like these guys put out an album and they're on that tour and they just like rip up a fucking thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow and be good, y'all. We got Bmob up. Let's go.
Yo, if you another rapper wearing a hat, you need to sit right down. Cause you are not ready for this shit right now. Yo, I came out the dark, but it only got darker like Peter Parker with a headlight out. Got a pitchfork on me and my sneakers all marked up. I write 1,000 verses, then I spill white out. Cause if you thinking I'm conceited, you probably right. Seeing me is like seeing Muhammad Ali fight. Yo, oh please, not psychology. Drugs must have got to me, the toxicology. Looking like there's a lot I'm not doing responsibly. Something just ain't sitting right. I tell you, there's about to be imminent danger, depending on which way it sit in the chamber, we be both dead in the manger. My Christ conscious, the biggest indicator, supreme leader, like I'm a dictator with a switchblade. Cut your throat, blood hit my white Nike Airs, and getting that stain out gonna be a nightmare. I fought way too long to ever fight fair. I'm more concerned with the baddie with the nice hair. I give a fuck about your rap song, nice try. Like damn, that's really pretty good for a white guy. Nah, I'm really a bright star in the night sky. She told me I'm kinda vain, somebody iced mine. Just FaceTime me on the 4th of July and tell me all the ways I hurt you when I forced you to fly. Baby, we live in some unfortunate times, so all the kids feeling like you being tortured inside. You take a deep breath once, reset your lungs, then you reach out and punch like you born to be dying. Rolling Stone, I'm the coldest mobster. If you really want smoke, I'ma smoke you proper, boy.
Oh, let's
What up?
Nice job, baby.
My God.
I'll do that over, yeah. Peace, y'all.
Holla.
Finally TV, here we are, party people, back again with another episode of Voice of the Valley. Today, I got a very interesting guest for y'all. We're going to talk some good ish today. I want everybody to calm down, just calm down. Okay, before we get started, I want to tell you one more time, because I think y'all forgot. Don't just dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. That's the way it's going down right here on Finally TV. So without further ado, I bring to you my man, Bmob is in the building. What's up, good sir?
What's up, family?
Chilling.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
It's
Feels good to be here.
Yeah, man. It's nice to have you. If I recall, I met you at that gallery joint where you guys put on like a performance of all like 845 people.
Yeah, it was a big night. Yeah, it was open house. Yeah, that was one of our biggest shows over there.
Yeah, man, that was a good time, man. I remember I walked in, shout out Selka, I walked in and he was performing.
Yeah.
And killing it.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He's a problem on the mic, man.
Yeah.
He's a problem. Like, talk about a dude who can perform, you know what I mean? And get it heard, you know, like he was crispy. That's what I like to call it, you know what I mean? He was crispy up there. So shout out to him. But in all that, you know, I got to see all you guys perform, and I was entertainment. That was a good night, you know. So kudos to you. Did you have something to do with putting that on?
Yeah. I basically put the whole show together with my guys LC and Kicks Capri. Obviously with the help of Cryptic Gallery, we were putting together a couple shows. Like every other month, we do a show there, and then like I just decided like it needed to be a big blowout party. The next one we did, so we really like put all our forces together. And, you know, obviously having people come out like Selka, I think Cans performed at that show, and obviously myself and my other guys. So, you know, yeah, we had a big part to do with putting that thing together.
You did a good job.
We try to bring the community together through that. You know?
Yeah, no, and that's why me and you had to get together and start connecting and stuff, right? Because that's what Finally TV is all about, is like connecting the dots, networking, and, you know, making this little area of ours known, right? It's not just, New York is not just Buffalo and New York City. There's actually a whole middle to this joint.
Yeah, man, for sure. And like, we're just bringing the community of artists together. Like, you know, sometimes you don't get acceptance with these already established networks. So like, we just decided to create our own, you know, and bringing these people together who maybe don't get as much shine, put them on a platform to perform. And because that's the most important part of this art form, is performing.
I believe that. I believe that so wholeheartedly. And why does it seem like to me that's being lost nowadays on other artists? Why do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's recording. A lot of people record at home now. It's so easy to get a setup and record yourself, and people get obsessed with trying to record just over recording. All they do is they're recording artists, but they just, you know, making new songs.
Right.
You get to a point where like you're always anticipating your next record. So you can never actually sit with a project that you have and be like, this is the project that represents me as an artist.
Got it. That's interesting perspective right there.
Yeah, like, you know, you don't get a chance to get out there unless you put yourself out there.
Right.
And then once you start, once I started performing, you know, I've been making music for like 10 years.
Okay.
Once I started performing, then you get the reaction from the crowd, and you know what people are gonna like, and you start to develop your sound based on audience reception. And that's one of the most valuable pieces of information that I figured out in the last 2 years. Yeah.
Message. They didn't hear you that loud, so we're gonna make sure I put the volume up a little bit more. On
Okay,
that part.
my bad. I'm gonna get in here.
I'm being stupid. They hear it loud and clear, but they really don't hear you though, bro.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They really
yeah.
don't. They really don't. So
get out the basement, all right? Show your face.
And not only that, I feel like, to your point about, you know, recording song after song, they also are falling into a trap where they are just doing whatever Instagram allows, right? So Instagram allows you a minute video.
Yeah.
So they rap for a minute into their phone, and they're redoing their da-da-da-da, and then they post it, right?
Yeah, what happened to 3 verses on a record? You know
right.
what I'm saying?
3 verses. What happened to actually freestyling? You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. And it's like, I think that when they get on stage, a artist, particularly a younger artist, who ends up on stage after getting some notoriety on social media and having like songs out there, maybe they got some streams and some YouTube views from this and that. When they get on stage, it sucks because they can't perform their song.
I'll tell you, there's only a few artists out there who sound exactly like the record live.
Correct. Even professional ones.
Yeah. I mean, like, I went and saw LMA. She's an R&B singer. And live, I was like, holy shit, the records. I mean, the live performance sounds exactly like the record. And, like, I'm working on that myself, you know. I'm singing a lot on these songs. And, like, you know, it's not all auto-tune. I'm really singing. But then when you get on stage and you're jumping up and down, it's a different form. You have to practice.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's one of the most essential parts of being an artist, I think, is your live performance is definitely what ends up endearing you to your audience and your crowd and your fan base.
I agree.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, without further ado, let's get into this interview, man. We just had to have that little soliloquy real quick, little runoff. But where were you born, man, and how did you end up in the Hudson Valley, brother?
I always been here, man. My parents, my mom was born in the Bronx, but she met my father out here in Poughkeepsie. I was born at Vassar Hospital.
No, there you go.
Yeah, so I always been in the Hudson Valley for sure.
All right, so PK.
845 all day.
That's it. Tree City, let's go.
Yeah.
Cool. So you talked a little bit about it now, but why don't you take the opportunity to tell the people why you're here today? Who is Bmob? What you doing?
Yeah. Just want to thank everybody one more time for tuning in to FinallyTV. I had to come up here and talk to my guy Gabe about my most recent project. It's called Super Heartbreaker 2. Album's available everywhere right now, and we're just on this campaign getting this music out there,
Dope,
getting heard.
Well, I appreciate having you. Like I said, Super Heartbreaker 2 is out there. I'm sure we're going to cut away to a video, and he has at least one video out for the project.
Yeah.
You know, we get our hands on some more music. Maybe we'll play that during the show.
Dope.
So tell me, Bmob, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with the name, man? Where'd that come from?
Man, I've been doing this such a long time. It's my first name ever.
Okay.
You know? I think my guy LC was like, yo, you're such an explosive lyricist. Bmob is bomb backwards.
Oh, okay.
He's like, yo, you're Bmob. And I was like, I guess I'm Mob now, you know what I mean? Lately, everybody just calls me Mob, you know? But it is what it is.
Got you. So bomb backwards.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Did you
go.
know that already? Or?
No.
Okay.
I did not. I just like, where did you get Bmob?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
I used to really spit.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to go there real quick. So what would you classify your artistry as right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a hip hop artist.
Okay.
But I'm an artist.
Okay.
I'm not a rapper.
Okay.
I can spit, I can rap, but you know, I'm really trying to brand myself as an artist right now, and pop, hip hop, pop, man.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I like it. So let me ask you this, like this: when would you say you realized what your passion was for music, because obviously it's in you. The way we was just talking, you get it, you understand it all. So when did you realize, like, hey, I think I like this, I'm gravitating towards this music thing?
Probably like at least 10 years ago. I had a couple of best friends of mine who I'm still in touch with, obviously. And we would just we would freestyle, chop it up in the basement, mixing records, we were playing The Chronic and we were playing Jeru the Damager on turntables.
Classics.
And I had already been messing around with rapping myself at that time, but I knew I was about to start taking it serious back then. I mean, I was working on projects and I put something out on iTunes I think it was 10 years ago. Wow. So yeah, I've been known that this was my passion, and everyone around me has known that too.
Okay. No, that's dope, man. I like that. So about 10 years ago, you're like, yeah, I could do something.
Yeah, how old was I? I was probably like 16, 17.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, that's dope. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, realizing that at that point, right? Because I know what that is, ciphering in the basement and just kind of chilling and, having real fun with it, literally having fun with it, right? What happened from that point when you said, nah, I'm going to take this serious and do it? What steps went into that? What were you doing?
Yeah, my guy Koopa Funky Fresh founded a group called Jet Force with his cousins, and he really started helping me understand how to take it serious. Like he was engineering all the songs we'd record, built a little booth, and we were starting off, and we decided we wanted to push Bmob as a brand at that time, so release something on iTunes. I don't know, senior year of high school or whatever, but. What was the question?
We were getting into, what it took and what you've been doing since you've been actively pursuing the career.
Right. So, I mean, bare bones foundation was accessibility to record. Okay. So I've always been recording on my own, right? Whether it was with my guy Coop or figuring it out on my own, I had to become my own mixing engineer. And to this day I record and mix all my own records.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so that was it's really only been completely mastered by now. When I say mastered, I mean I've mastered the craft now. It's taken that long. Sure. And so that's how what it took to start putting out music like that, recording. Writing wise, it was always kind of in me, I had that.
The material was there, it's just a matter of putting it down. And
finding my voice too, that was a big part of this journey.
Sure. When did the transition happen when you said, nah, I might be able to hold a note too? When did that happen for you?
Honestly, since day one, I was always a crossbreed. You know what I'm saying? I was always putting out crazy bars, and then also trying to write these records, love records or for ladies or whatever. But as far as within the last 2 years, I really started working with producers who are making dance beats and really trying to harmonize and create melodies and music that people are going to want to listen to across all genres.
Gotcha. And speaking of that, let's cut to that video right now.
We on holiday. Hey.
The cartel is the best, man.
By the way, we on holiday. I don't wear whites on a Saturday. Yeah, I got you, babe. When the sun gets low, we call a restaurant, say we on our way. I don't wanna talk a bunch, I wanna swim your body wave. Thank God he made you. You make a blind man drop a cane. Don't you worry about the finance, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm more than okay. Baby, I'm great. Let me untie that bikini, you and I, one hell of a combination. You so flawless, now let me concentrate. You a quality, hey. I need me some of that, it's like magic. Can't sum it up, you too perfect. You don't practice, I gotta have it. Need me a little some of that shit. Ooh, you killing me, you assassin. From the rooftop up in Manhattan, all the way down to the islands. Yeah, you magic. Okay.
Hey.
Alright, so bringing that back, that song, I appreciate that song. I like the visuals in there, like what you did with that. The song itself, we actually reviewed the song on the podcast. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, Blackout and I, we reviewed it. And we both gave it a better than average, and Blackout was saying, he's like, it's vibe. He's like, that's all vibes right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. And he's a hard critic.
He's a hard critic, you know what I mean? But he was totally in line with the fact that it was a vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll both say, yo, we weren't jumping out the window. Like, we know this kid is capable of something else too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So while the rating wasn't through the roof, it was better than average, and we both agreed, like, damn, that song got a vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no, I like that. You know, so keep doing your thing. I hope you guys appreciated that.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. Yeah.
While we're on that topic, look into the camera, Mob, and just let them know like where they can find you and how to get your music and all that good stuff.
Yeah, y'all, the music's available everywhere. Just search Bmob, Bmob, Super Heartbreaker. You'll be able to find part 1 and part 2. And you can follow me everywhere on social media. It's Bmob Music, Bmob Music, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Just search Bmob. You'll find me. Yeah.
And what about like DSPs? Like, can they find you on Apple?
Oh yeah. The music's available everywhere. Apple, Spotify, Tidal. You know, where else do they put music
That's
at?
the 3 main ones. That's what you need. Yeah, you're good.
Everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube.
There it
Show
is.
some love. I show love back.
Yes, sir. Yes, he does. Because I subscribed and he went right back. That's dope. Let's talk a little bit about where this is all coming from, man. Like, where's the inspiration coming from, like, for you to even want to cipher in the basement back in the day? Like, where's that coming from?
Yeah, man. You know, it really came from inside myself. Like, it was an opportunity. Voicing my expression was an opportunity to, you know, be heard.
Sure.
Inspiration-wise, like, you know, I was growing up in the early 2000s going to school, and like my first CD I ever got was a burnt disc of like Ludacris, Chicken and Beer.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
That's a good one to start off.
So like these roots are in hip hop. I was going like to Best Buy and getting like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Eminem. Like those are some musical inspirations. But like inspiration from my real life, like I was an angry kid, you know, and I needed some way to vent. Gotcha. So I always was kicking freestyles and just like putting my pen to paper.
Gotcha.
Just, you know.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right? I think some of the realest reasons to want to be in music, in my opinion, are emotion driven, because that will get felt through the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you say, you know, I was an angry kid, you know, and I needed to let it out, that's emotion. You know what I mean? And I think some of our all-time great musicians have been very like emotional or started things because of some emotion. You know, I think the ones that do it for the money, for the fame, we've already forgotten about them, even though they had their 10 minutes of fame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and it's always cool to like roll up to like when kids are all hanging out outside smoking cigarettes and shit at high school, and like roll up and like just kick a verse real quick and everyone freaks out. You know, for that part of it, like it is an exciting, exhilarating feeling to be able to impress a group of people.
Absolutely.
But it's got to be deeper than that.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be
Yeah.
deeper than that, because the longevity is in there. It's not in the quick high stuff. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you, man. I like it. I knew there was something about you that I liked.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm glad I came up for sure.
Yeah. And you talked a little bit about recording studios, and every time I get a chance to shout out something in the local area, I'm going to do it, right? So shout out to my man Cans, D. Johns out there, TCP.
Shout out Cans. What's up, man?
Apex Studios and all that.
Yeah.
If not just shouting them out, like, talk a little bit about that relationship and what it means to you.
Yeah, I mean, Quarter to Nine Productions, run by Sean Raymond, myself, and Mike Papavero. We're basically trying to like provide artists with what they need as far as video productions goes. At first, we started off doing ciphers, so we linked up with Cans. And we used the studio, and he actually featured in the cipher with Selka and my other guy Emphatic, and it blew up. Like it was dope. It was a big video for us. Yeah. One of our first ones to really like expand the brand. And like as far as Cans goes, man, he's been like super supportive in what we're doing. As far as the Bmob brand, myself, and just like dropping gems, man. I'll go pull up to the studio. We'll bring a client in to shoot a video. And I'll go up there and chat with him afterwards, and he's just like telling me about his journey and what he's done in a way where he's like, "Yo, Mob, you can do this too."
Sure.
So shout out Cans, man. It's the big homie, a legend. and he's really doing this. You think you do music? Nah, you gotta fuck with Cans. Like, he really does this shit.
You know, he does. Salute Cans. He was on the show.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite shows. Like, me and him just vibe, man. There's just a vibe there.
Yeah, he's a cool cat.
I know that, him, Kurt Crazy, all them, they just, I'm in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Shout out D-John, shout out Cans. What up, Kurt Crazy?
Absolutely. So talking about those dudes, like I know Cans, he messes with Ninth Wonder heavy, right?
They did a whole album together.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Volumes worth. So for you, where are you going for production now?
Yeah, I got a whole team, man.
Okay.
Some of my day ones.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I've been releasing music for the past couple years is that it's all homemade production. And when I say homemade,
845, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
primarily cats that are in New York. Man, D. Reedy Beats, it's one of my day ones. Third Degree, Mercury Gray. Man, these guys were part of my original group, but we just like have a certain cohesiveness. Like, they know what kind of sound I'm going for, and that sound varies throughout a project.
Sure.
So we'll get together and we'll work on something. Sometimes they'll send me a beat, but it's much more better suited when they come to the lab, we produce something, and then we mix that beat down right there and put vocals on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Shout out my guys. Man, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
No, but not to cut you off, do you work with them exclusively?
No, I'm always down to work with dope producers.
Okay.
It's just that, like, when I'm doing something, like, it's got to be my way. Not to say that I'm like a dictator, but like,
Right.
but like, I just like need a certain thing to happen. Cohesive energy. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of things are energy, brother.
Yeah, Iron Chef actually is another guy who he produced Holiday.
Okay.
He produced another record called Wild Extra, and like, it's not just getting in the lab and like having an MP3 and rapping over a beat.
Right.
We're mixing these vocals down. We're bringing hi-hats in at this certain section, chord progression, synths, whatever, bass lines. Like,
changing the swing, as Black I like to talk about.
Changing the swing. Yeah, swing is important, man. And like, like on one record, that's my favorite part of music, is making original music. And that's what we were talking about before. Is like artists who like just like record and they get beats off YouTube, and that's dope. Starting out, you got to do that. But like one of my favorite records, and we're about to drop this video for Heartbreaker, is October 23rd, featuring Kix Capri. That's a beat primarily produced by Third Degree, sample based, and then we had D. Reedy come in and lay down a bass line, so it's unique throughout the entire record. And this is like team building production wise. It's just like untouched. And if you want to come and fuck with the network and get in, jump in the lab with us as a producer, like I'm all more than welcome.
That's dope, man. Yeah. I like it, man. I feel like even though we're a couple generations apart, you and I, we're on we have a certain perspective that kind of is the same, right? Yeah. So we could talk about music, bro, I think for the next 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're putting me onto something, or I'm trying to advise you on something, or we're just vibing on something, we could keep talking about music. So let's try to jump off music right quick.
Okay.
All right? Let's let the people know, because some of my audience is going to know exactly who you are, Mob. You know what I'm saying? Other people, this is the first time they're seeing you. So, it's a nice way to kind of engage them and show a little bit of you, right? So if I was to ask you, if you're not recording, and I don't know if you have a kid or not, but like if you're not doing family stuff and you're not recording, you're not writing something, what's like a favorite activity for you?
Favorite activity, man. Chilling with the honeys, you know.
Okay. I knew that was coming. Go see Holiday.
Yo, pull up to the crib. It's like a Heartbreak hotel over there.
Oh boy, this guy.
I'm just playing.
All right, so.
Nah, man, I love to cook.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked in restaurants a lot of my life.
Gotcha.
So I know what I'm doing in the kitchen.
Okay.
If you're trying to get your snack on. What up, Exotic Bill? Yo, come on, bro.
Yo, 845 Exotics. Have you seen that?
Yo, it's a snack wars, man.
Yeah.
So Exoticville NY is who I'm working with right now.
Okay.
And we're creating commercial production for them. We have a campaign right now going going through Halloween.
Okay.
We're giving away $200 of free snacks.
Oh, wow.
All you have to do to enter is follow Exoticville NY, Bmob Music, and then share the post to your story, and you'll be locked in to win.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, I got homework.
You can see me drowning in snacks on IG. Pull up.
I peeped that. I peeped you drowning in snacks.
We got more coming.
What's your favorite sport?
I played football in high school.
So that's your favorite sport? Do you still follow sports?
I love basketball, man.
Basketball.
I love to just get out in the court and have some fun. We used to play a lot.
Right.
Obviously now most of my time is dedicated to music. And it's not, when I say that, I'm about to talk about music, but when I say dedicated music, this doesn't mean I'm recording.
Right.
I had to master that recording process, and which I did. But now, we mastered video production,
wow.
and now we're mastering this marketing, getting out there, working with brands, working with people like yourself who have mutual interest in this hip hop game, and trying to get the brand out there. We just got an article write up in a Hudson Valley local radio station blog, and that blew my video up double views overnight.
Oh, wow.
Doubled the views. So that's one of the most important parts of this music shit.
Yeah, is the marketing and branding and all that stuff. Yeah, big time. And I could probably learn a thing or two from y'all and what you've been learning and stuff, because I've been doing the same thing, just trying to figure out the best avenues to get exposure, doing it like a very natural, organic way, rather than just the pay for, because we could all easily get FinallyTV to 2,000 subs tomorrow. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing. You're going to pay for it, but you're going to pay for real viewership, in the sense where I'm putting money into this Exoticville campaign,
right.
where they have to follow me to enter.
Right.
But these are real people who want to win snacks, and who gives a shit? They want to follow me. They're going to follow me that way. You could do a Google ad campaign on your music video or on your podcast video, and that does put it in front of viewers. But are they people who are going to identify with your brand moving forward?
Really engage,
and engage. So we're just figuring that out right now. It's not all about social media, but it's definitely extremely important.
It is. It's such a big part. But it's not the whole kit and caboodle. There's more to it. There's more components to it. We're dropping little gems on you guys.
They're not ready for this right now.
All right, cool. So you said you cooked, man, and one of my questions I like to ask people is, if you could, if I told you, yo, Mob, man, for the next 2 weeks, you can only eat one thing, what's it gonna be? Gotta be food.
Because I can eat something from years. Man, I love eggplant parm, man.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
cheese. You got fried eggplant. You got a little Parmesan, mozzarella cheese, little red gravy.
Okay.
Come on,
So that's you.
That's me, man.
Okay,
That's
all right.
me. With some
Eggplant parm.
pasta. I love fried rice.
Okay, yeah, no, fried rice is good. Hibachi. All right.
Burrata.
Oh, look at
Come
you.
over for an Italian spread.
Look
Come
at
on.
you. Look at you.
Yo, do y'all rap up here at this show?
We have had a few people, like Alik Jones has spit a verse, Grills spit a verse.
Oh man, I might have to do something. Man. I might have to kick a little something.
There we go.
bro.
Man, end the show with a
Yeah, that'd be
verse.
dope, bro.
So let's do that. But before we do that, let me just ask
No
you
rush.
one more question.
Okay.
And it's my favorite question that I like to ask all y'all that have been doing stuff and doing shows and staying busy with this thing.
Yeah.
And that question is, I want you to tell me about the first time you felt like a star.
Just got quiet in the room. Yo, first time I felt like a star was that open house gig that you showed up to, man.
Okay.
Because we packed that room at Cryptic Gallery out. There was probably like 150 people in the pit and like another 50 out back. And like I was standing on that speaker, kind of like hosting the event. And man, I just felt the energy in the room. We were throwing tequila around. It was crazy, man. I felt like a star. When I step on that stage, I feel like a star, man. But yeah, I felt like a star at that Cryptic show, man.
It's interesting. I tell everybody, I like to ask a question because it makes you kind of relive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just seeing it in my head. You're right. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the part that I like. I like being able to do that for people and allowing you to relive that in a nice, wholesome way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with that said, one more time, because you know they say that people don't really get it until they hear it a bunch of times. So I want you to look into the camera, tell them where they can find you and how they can support you and where they can find your music.
Yeah. The best way you can support is just by tuning in and checking out this movement. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram at Bmob Music, BMOB Music. Facebook, same thing, BMOB Music. YouTube, just search BMOB space holiday. You'll find the latest video. We're going to be dropping music consistently. I mean, we're going to be dropping videos consistently over the next course of the next months. Like every month I'm giving them a video. Like we shot a video for Fully Loaded with Selka. We shot that already in New York, so we're getting ready to drop that in November. So October you're going to get a video. Find all my music streaming everywhere. Search BMOB on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, all the other stuff. Amazon Music, Google Play Music. Just search me, man. Check it out. Let me know. Tag me in a post about the music. Show some love. We're going to have a merch line coming out soon. You can't see this jacket I got on, but, man, this shit's about to be crazy. So yo, and thank you for having me up here, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
I love it.
My pleasure to have you out here.
For sure.
8:45 is in my sight, so I'm sure we'll do some more work in the future. You know, it's not
I'd
the
love
last
to,
time.
man. I'd love to.
Not the last time I'll see you. Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
man.
we're going to let this show end. Peace to y'all for tuning in.
Peace.
Voice of the Valley, Bmob, it's Gabriel. You already know what it is. Subscribe, like, follow.